welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Shahadat Hussain, Assistant Professor, Department of Social Work, Vidyant Hindu PG College, Lucknow. Today let us look at ideologies of social work. So there are certain ideologies of social work which are given as follows: social work as charity, welfare social work approach, clinical social work approach, ecological social work approach, radical social work approach, progressive social work approach, and feminist social work approach. If the global historical background of social work is analyzed, we can understand these social work ideologies. So let us look at the first one, social work as charity. Religion encouraged individuals to help their neighbors who were in need of help. The people who were in need of help were given alms. Those who are helped them given alms out of charity. Thus, Western countries started their social work practice with charity mode. As religion encouraged them to help their fellow human beings who were poor, they started giving alms in cash and kind. Soon they realized that could not give enough to the increasing poor, and a way out was required to overcome the problem. At that time, the state government of UK intervened by enacting legislation and initiating state responsibility to take care of poor. Now, welfare social work approach. The state started providing its share of services in giving alms and by passing Elizabethan Poor Law 1601 in UK to deal with the poor. The Act divided the poor into three categories: the able-bodied poor, the impotent poor, and the dependent children. The first category was forced to work in workhouses, whereas the other two categories were given alms in almshouses. The Act, as well as subsequently passed enactments, were unable to solve the problem of poverty. The government realized that an individualized approach was needed to understand the problem. The problem may be one, but different individuals had different causes for the same problem. They realized that the individual cause has to be investigated for its solution. Hence, charity organizations were started to do that work. Now let us see clinical social work approach. In 1935, the Social Security Act was passed recognizing the need for helping the poor. The act was meant to handle the problem that were a consequence of industrialization. The state took over some of the financial problem of the people. A large number of volunteers were taken. As volunteers are trained, the people who can do casework practice, they also supervise untrained people. Most people realized that money alone cannot solve problems, and they turned to counseling rules. Counseling has drawn its base from psychological sciences, particularly from psychoanalytical theory. Clinical social work is a specialized form of direct social work intervention with individuals, groups, and families, which mostly take place in the worker's office. In this approach, with the disciplined use of self, the social worker facilitates interaction between the individual and his or her social environment. Now let us look at ecological social work approach. In ecological social work approach, problems are seen as deficits in the environment and not as personal deficits of the individual. Social work tradition emphasized social treatment and social reform, which became the basis for ecological approach. Professional social workers and their employing agencies consider themselves as change agents aiming at systematic change, identifying the problem, identifying the client and target system which is causing the problem, finding out the decision making on the goals of change in collaboration with clients, and identification of action system with which change agent can achieve goals for change are the steps in ecological approach. Now let us look at radical social work approach. Social workers are not satisfied only with care of the disabled and the deviants. In 1970, due to influence of Marxism, they advocate oppression as the cause for many problems. They broadened their professional responsibilities to include reform and development in order to bring about an equitable social order. Some radicals in the profession have gone beyond social reform and development. The social workers' aim is changing the system by bringing basic changes in the social institution and relationships instead of dealing with adjustment problems and seeing individuals as victims of an unjust social order. This is called radical social work, and for various reasons it has also failed to deal with the problems. Now let us look at progressive social work. Progressive social workers may identify themselves with radicals, activists, etc. They are unhappy about injustice in the society. The progressive social workers strive to alter the oppressive element in the society. They help them heal their wounds and educate them to make proper choices so as to build their future. Now let us look at the last one, feminist social work. Liberal feminism is the school of thought that emphasizes equality of sexes and demand legal reforms and equal opportunities for suffrage, education, and employment to both men and women. Liberal feminists do not analyze the root of gender oppression in the society. Marxist feminists view women's oppression as the outcome of capitalist mode of production, where there is division between domestic work and wage work. Only the latter is productive. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel and like the video.